it filming?
It's filming good. We can just, it's easy to cut one part out, right?
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Campus Fit. I'm Jeremy, and I have here with me Matt, who's a CampusFit and MovNat coach, and we're going to give you a general warm-up that you can do whether you're in the gym, you're outside on a beautiful day such as this, or you're just around campus or in your dorm room. So without further ado, that's Greta, that's Matt's dog, so we're out on his porch deck. But anyway, Matt, take it away.
Yeah, so I put together this little general warm-up for you guys. Now this is something you can do before any workout, just like Jeremy said. I recommend you do it before every workout. If not this, then you need to do some sort of warm-up. It's not a good idea to jump into your workout stone cold. So, first thing we're going to do here, we're just going to start warming up with arm swings, okay? Keep your arms out to the side. We're going to do little circles forward, slowly getting bigger and bigger, okay? If you want to clap, you can. Just get that full rotation. Bring it in. Now we're going to go backwards, okay? Slow to big. So you're just gradually building up that range of motion.
And this is great, especially if you've been sitting in class for like 8 hours or studying hunched over. This will really loosen up your shoulders and get you some range of motion going on there. So
now I'm just going, I call them cross-body chops. We're just reaching above and below. You can act like you're giving yourself a big hug. You probably need it after that, all that studying you just did. And then last one, we're going to lumberjack chop over the top. So my arms are just coming back overhead and bending. You can see it from the side. Overhead, bending back. I'm just letting them stay nice and loose. I'm not trying to control the movement. Just floating through it, okay? So we're going to do 10 of each of those. Then we're going to move on and we're going to do some leg swings, okay? So leg swings, if you feel like uneasy with your balance, it's really easy just to grab a ledge, grab a chair, grab a desk, anything you have available. I'm going to grab the ledge here. First thing I'm going to do is a forward leg swing. So I'm just going to kick my foot forward, let it relax back. Nice and gentle. You never want to kick and push past your end range where it feels super tight. It's going to be easy. We'll go 10 this way. And then we're going to go 10 over and across. Okay? Make sure you're not kicking anything. It's easier actually to line up sideways and go out and in. Again, you're just letting that hip loosen up in the socket. You see basketball players, all kinds of people do this kind of stuff before they, while they're warming up for the game.
And again, this is really good, especially if you've been sitting, you know, your hip flexors have been shortened, you know, this will really help open up, you know, get some glute mobility going as well, so definitely needed. And as with the warm-up, even though this is a warm-up, you want to warm into your warm-up, so don't just go max effort, you know, full range, start with a smaller range and then work gradually into a bigger range.
Yeah, exactly. So next thing we're going to do, we're actually going to take it to the ground, okay? We're going to get set up. Knees across from each other, feet are going to be planted on the ground. Every time I do this, people will look at me and they're like, wait, what just happened? So I'm going to do it really slow, okay? All we're going to do, we can use our hands to start. I'm just going to leave my feet exactly where they are, bridge over, and let the knees touch down on the other side. So I'm just pivoting from my knees back and forth. I'm using my hands behind me to help support me so I can keep my balance, okay? Just getting that hip action side to side. Now as I start getting more loose and feel better mobility, I'm going to start doing it without any hand support in the back. And that can really challenge your hip mobility, especially if you're tight from sitting all day, but it will warm you up too.
There's a little bit of core with that too,
yeah,
right?
Especially as soon as you take your hands off the ground.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, after we do that, we build up from the ground. Now we're coming to the knees. I'm going to sit in this position. What I want to do is squeeze through my glutes, get up nice and tall, and then step forward and lunge. Hold it for a second and back in. Up, I'm going to go other side now. So when you start, I want you to go nice and slow. You're working in a straightforward pattern, but as you get more comfortable, I'm going to start adding some direction to it, out to the side. In life, when we're stepping, walking around, we're never ever doing it only in one plane of motion.
Totally.
So we're going to add, now I might even come across. All of this is helping me warm up my hips.
Maybe try that way. Yeah.
So you guys can see. So coming at you.
Crossing.
Coming across.
Nice.
Or opening up. So you got lots of options there. After after you get that, your hips should be feeling pretty good. And we're gonna move on to a couple of upper back and shoulder exercises. So we've gotten the lower body pretty warmed up. Now we're moving to the upper body. First one we're gonna do is something we call an inchworm. So all you wanna do is get standing, feet about shoulder width apart. We're gonna keep our legs as straight as we can. Bend over, reach your hands to the ground, walk them out in front of you. Get into a nice solid push-up position. So in this bottom position, my back is flat, I'm not arching down, keeping nice and straight. And now I'm just gonna use my hands, push back in towards my toes, tap my toes, walk right back out. We're gonna do about 8 of these.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that this will really warm up your entire body. You really feel good stretching your hamstrings. Maybe you, at this point, probably start breaking a little sweat. But great for shoulders, great for back.
You want to add a little extra, you can walk.
Now you got a bit of core going on.
And then, you don't have to do that, but that's kind of fun sometimes.
Sure.
Then, after we do 8 of those, we're going to move to what we call T-spine rotation. All I want to do is get back on my hands and knees. I'm going to put one hand behind my head. I'm going to take my elbow to my opposite knee, and then up and around, try to look towards the sky. Down, up and around. We're going to do 8 of these, nice and slow. You don't need to pump through them.
And this is working, as you can probably see, this is working what we call like the upper back area. So a lot of times if you're crouched over a computer, that area, your traps are kind of like right below your neck. They're really tightened, you know, kind of shortened range of motion, and so this will kind of help you open up a bit.
Get 8 each side. I'm looser on that side. Okay? All right. After that, we're going to go into an active squat stretch. Okay? Now, you can do this body weight wherever you are, but if you have a backpack full of books or a kettlebell just lying around because you feel like it, you can grab those. So all we're going to do here is get into our squat stance. This is really important for us to understand how to do. For a squat, I want my feet to be hip to shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out, and I'm just going to reach back and sit as low as I can, trying to get my elbows in between my knees and my chest up. I don't want to rock back off of my toes or let my feet cave in inside. I'm going to use those elbows to keep them out. And this can be a lot easier if you have a backpack. It'll just help you sink down and get in that good squat position. Or if you have some small weights or books, you can always grab those, sink down, get in that really nice squat position. Kettlebell is probably my favorite to do this, but you can definitely do it with anything you have. Drive those knees out with those elbows. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. I can show you from the side. Driving out.
So you're keeping real flat back, you know, just straight line throughout the whole thing. You don't want to collapse your back.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to arch your back like that. So cool. Then neutral neck as well, just a nice flat neck.
Then the last 2 things we're going to do, now that you're really loosened up, you're stretched out, you haven't held that stretch for too long, just 30 seconds, we're going to get a full body warm-up going. So now we want the heart rate to start elevating, start breathing a little harder. If you're outside, one thing I really like to do, if I have some space, is what I call a build-up run. All that is just starting at a nice slow pace and then slowly building up to about 80%. I'd actually be running forward if I were doing that. If you're inside though, you can do it in place. And you're just gonna go for about 10 seconds, okay? I'm just gonna go nice and light, pull the heel up, opposite hand, start chopping, and down, okay? I'm gonna do 4 of those. Then our final little warm up, we're just gonna start bouncing around, okay? So I wanna do forward, lateral, and backward hops. I'm just gonna make a little box with my feet. So it's gonna go back and forth, trying to keep my whole body moving with me. So it's not letting those hips to just move around in a box. I wanna actually move.
It's like one straight
total
line
body
throughout your entire body.
Just get a little ankle mobility or get your heart rate up. You can go around the other way. Just a couple of boxes jumping. And if you're feeling really good, you can start doing big jumps all the way around. After that, you should be ready to go. You can get into any specific warm-ups you might need to do for your particular workout. But for most of our workouts that we do with CampusFit and MovNat, this is going to be plenty to get you going.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Matt, so much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
It was really
Pleasure
good
to be
stuff.
here.
Yeah, definitely. So stay tuned. We're doing this part of our Culture U and CampusFit Survival of the Fittest Challenge. So tune in for that. It'll be an 8-week transformation challenge where anyone across the world will be able to join in. If you're in Bloomington, though, we will be out August 22nd, Dunn Meadow, 6 p.m. Thousands of students are coming across or coming to visit. We've got food from around town is going to be catered. SNC is going to be singing. IU Alumni Association is behind this, so definitely come out and meet the CampusFit crew. So until then, look to our next video where we'll actually get into the actual workouts that you'll be able to do in your dorm room or outside. So for us here at CampusFit, stay fit and legit.
Take care.
Good.
One hit, dude.
That's great.
I think it's fun.
That'll be perfect.
If I'm in coaching, then I just go.
I know.